Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a professional driver in the UK, or thinking about becoming one, you know that understanding the rules of the road is non-negotiable. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most critical topics for every HGV, LGV, and PCV driver, the UK driver's hours and rest rules. Getting this right isn't just about avoiding fines. It's about keeping yourself and everyone else safe on the road. So grab a brew, get comfortable, and let's break it all down in a way that's easy to understand. First up, let's talk about your daily driving limit. The fundamental rule is that you can drive for a maximum of 9 hours in a single day. Think of this as your standard daily allowance. However, the rules offer a bit of flexibility. You're allowed to extend this to 10 hours, but you can only do this twice in any given week. A week, in this context, runs from midnight on Monday to the following midnight on Sunday. So, for example, you could drive for 10 hours on a Tuesday and a Thursday, but then for the rest of that week, you're back to the 9-hour maximum. It's crucial to track these extended days carefully on your tachograph to stay compliant. Now, let's look at the bigger picture, your weekly and fortnightly driving limits. You can't drive for more than 56 hours in a single fixed week. That's your absolute maximum from Monday to Sunday. But there's another layer to this. Over any 2 consecutive weeks, your total driving time cannot exceed 90 hours. Let's make that practical. If you drive the full 56 hours in week 1, you'll only have 34 hours of driving time available for week 2. It's a rolling 2-week total, designed to prevent long-term fatigue. So you always need to be thinking not just about today, but about how today's driving impacts next week's schedule. This system ensures you get enough long-term rest and don't burn out. Okay, so we've covered driving, but what about breaks? This is just as important. The rules state that after 4.5 hours of continuous driving, you must take a break of at least 45 minutes. You cannot, under any circumstances, drive for more than 4.5 hours without taking this break. Now, you have a choice in how you take it. You can take the full 45-minute break all at once, or you can split it. If you choose to split it, the first break must be at least 15 minutes, and the second break must be at least 30 minutes. This second longer break must be taken at the end of the 4.5-hour driving period. So you could drive for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break, then drive for another 2.5 hours, and then you must take your 30-minute break. Remember, a 30-minute break followed by a 15-minute one doesn't count. It has to be 15 first, then 30. Let's move on to daily rest periods. This is the time you have off between shifts. A regular daily rest period is a continuous block of at least 11 hours. During this time, you are completely off duty. You can take this 11-hour rest in one go. Alternatively, you can split it into 2 periods. If you split it, the first period must be an uninterrupted block of at least 3 hours, and the second must be an uninterrupted block of at least 9 hours. So that adds up to 12 hours in total, but it gives you some flexibility in your day. For example, you might take a 3-hour break in the afternoon and then a 9-hour rest overnight. But what if you can't take a full 11-hour rest? The rules allow for what's called a reduced daily rest. You can reduce your daily rest period from 11 hours down to a minimum of 9 continuous hours. However, you can't do this whenever you feel like it. You are only allowed to take a maximum of 3 reduced daily rest periods between any 2 weekly rest periods. There's no requirement to pay back or compensate for this reduced rest, but using them strategically is key. It's designed for those occasional days when schedules are tight, not as a regular practice. Always aim for the full 11 hours to ensure you're properly rested and safe. Now let's talk about the bigger rest period, the weekly rest. A regular weekly rest is an uninterrupted period of 45 hours. You must start a weekly rest period no later than the end of 6 24-hour periods from the end of your last weekly rest. So essentially, you have to have a weekly rest at least once every 6 days of work. This is a hard stop to prevent you from working for too long without a significant break. This 45-hour period is your time to properly recharge your batteries before starting the next working week. Similar to daily rest, there's also an option for a reduced weekly rest. You can reduce your weekly rest from 45 hours down to a minimum of 24 continuous hours. But, and this is a very important, but if you take a reduced weekly rest, you must compensate for it. The lost rest time, the difference between 45 hours and the reduced rest you actually took, must be paid back. This compensation must be attached to another rest period of at least 9 hours, and it must be taken before the end of the 3rd week following the week in which you took the reduction. For example, if you take a 24-hour weekly rest, you've reduced it by 21 hours. You must then add a 21-hour block of rest onto another daily or weekly rest period within the next 3 weeks. Let's quickly touch on double manning. When 2 drivers are in the vehicle, the rules change slightly. The key benefit is that the daily spread, the time between starting and finishing work, can be extended. For a 2-driver crew, the daily work period can be up to 21 hours, provided each driver gets their required 9 hours of daily rest within a 30-hour period, rather than the usual 24. During the first 4.5 hours of the journey, the second driver's time in the passenger seat can be counted as a break, as long as they are not involved in any work. This allows for much longer, continuous journeys, and is common on international routes. Finally, a quick word on ferries and trains. If you're accompanying a vehicle that's being transported by a ferry or train, your daily rest period can be interrupted, but only under specific conditions. You can interrupt a regular daily rest period of 11 hours no more than twice for other activities, like embarking and disembarking. The total time for these interruptions cannot exceed 1 hour. This allows you to take your main rest period in a bunk or couchette provided on the ferry or train. This exception only applies to regular daily rests, not reduced ones. Phew, that was a lot to take in. Let's do a super quick recap. Daily driving, 9 hours, extendable to 10 twice a week. Weekly driving, max 56 hours. Fortnightly, max 90 hours. Breaks, 45 minutes after 4.5 hours of driving, can be split into 15 then 30 minutes. Daily rest, 11 hours, can be reduced to 9 hours 3 times a week. Weekly rest, 45 hours, can be reduced to 24 hours but must be compensated. These rules are your best friend for a long, safe, and successful career in driving. They are designed to protect you. Always remember to check your tacho, plan your journey, and prioritize your rest. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this cleared things up for you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more essential guides for professional drivers. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next video.